You're watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
Yes, Sunday is a beautiful Tuesday, the second day of June 2029. We want to say welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions. The program that brings you the much needed information that you need to know, and we fully welcome your participation by joining us and also being a part of the program in whatever way, whether you can call or you can leave your comment, and then we'll be able to acknowledge you. But this beautiful Tuesday evening, my colleague Paul and I, we are here, and hopefully the rest of the team could join. But we'll be trying our best to bring you some of the issues in Liberia, issues that made news in Liberia. And so we ask that you stick and stay with us while we take you through. Let me reach out to my colleague Paul and hear how he's doing. Today is the 2nd of June. Paul, it's a new month, and how is it?
Well, the thing is, I want to say Happy New Month to you, my dear brother. So we're in June already, and thinking about it, by next month, we'll be in the 7th month, right? That means we are getting closer to the coming to the year end. And I just see some really flags that we already in June. Pretty soon we'll be talking about 2027. And on that note, I just want to say good evening to you, good evening to our audience, and it is great to be back on the Bottomline discussion. And also, it's good to be among the living, and I'm pleased and happy to be in paradise. Well, this is the Bottomline discussion, and if you're joining us, share the show. My dear brother, how are you doing, and how is Great Kingdom of Norway?
Thank you so much. I'm doing fine. Our weather is good. It was crazy yesterday. Some rain today. It ceased again after 4 days of heavy sunshine. It was raining yesterday, but the rain ceased today. So I'm one person. I've tried to train myself not to be following the weather team because it's crazy. One morning you wake up, it's sunshiny, and next morning it's raining. So I get like, even in the winter, I don't follow how cold it's. I wake up in the morning, I look through the window. What I see is what I get. But talking about the month of June, today is the 2nd of June, so 27 more days I'll be having another year added to my year. Hopefully, and like you always say, I'll be grateful to see to be among the living if I will see that time, which I know I will see. So 27 more days, which is June 29. I'll be adding another day. So for those of you celebrating your birthday in June, because we get the cancer part of June, I think we start from the 19th of June or the 18th of June to the end of or to the middle part of July, that cancer. So the other people that come in before having that birthday in June, I don't know what started for. No, I don't follow this thing. I only know my own. Cancer finish. So for those of you celebrating your birthdays in June, I want to join you to say happy birthday to all of us. If you have any special occasion, like maybe wedding anniversary or you're getting married, we like to say congratulations, welcome to the world of marriage. And if you have any side event, we also want to say our condolences to you, and life has to move on. But Paul, on Friday, was it Friday? We were here and we were talking about football, and we talked about our dear Arsenal, and we there was this big celebration schedule on Sunday, and we want you to tell us a little bit about it. But also, before we reach that point, we want to take a brief look at or just discuss briefly what happened with the finals with PSG, and how did you see that? Because you are a strong supporter of Arsenal, so I know your expectations were high like me, and so how did you see it? Hello, Bataki and Chadela.
Linford, it was a great game of football, and the best team won. And the thing is, when it comes to penalty kicks, is always is anybody game. So, but what happened? Arsenal have done something in the United Kingdom that shook the nation. Apart from losing on the final, but then
Hmm.
what on Sunday, North London was totally electrified.
Hmm.
As and I went to the thing, my brother. I can tell you, the Metropolitan Police came off with an estimate number of people that attended the occasion. 1.5 million up to 2 million people turn out.
Wow.
London was something else. So one, let me pick up this call late for 1 sec.
Okay. While Paul is taking a call, let me just talk about. I was now in London, in East London, to see the crowd that Paul is talking about. But I believe London or the whole of UK is football country, as we all know, and so every team in the UK has a huge number of supporters and sympathizers. And Arsenal having waited for almost 25, 22 years before going before winning the league, the EPL. I think that was a great success, and so people had to just come out. Um, and talking about the finals with PSG, yes, Arsenal is my team. We lost. I was disappointed, and there was something just in me from the start of the game. Now, don't get me wrong. Friday night, we sat there, we talked about the team, we praised our team, we felt that we could win. But when the game started, in the first 2, 3 minutes, up to the time we scored in the fifth minutes, okay, after scoring, the kind of play I saw, I was still not too convinced that we could win this game with that one goal. Or even if we're going to win, we couldn't win more than 2, 3 goals because the way the boys were playing, I mean, it's me. Get me wrong or get me right, but I felt that my expectation was so high of them that after scoring in the first 5 minutes, you demoralize the people, morale, and you build on that one goal and just continue pressing. But it appeared like they were defending, and I don't know. In fact, I mean, I'll be frank. Arsenal is my team. The gameplay in our half throughout were on the defensive. The gameplay in our half, I mean, that the ball could spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes in our half, which I felt was not the right thing to do. Because the moment we score on the people who are supposed to keep pressing, even if you really don't pressurize them or try to keep the ball in the middle or in their goal. And
Yeah.
but okay, Paul is back, and so that was my disappointment. I was not disappointed because we lost again. No, that was not my disappointment. My disappointment was they didn't play to my expectation. I'm not saying that they didn't play. They played. I mean, nobody can do his best, but even when we played Atletico, I think we did well more than that PSG. And the PSG team that won us wasn't a team that would have just won easily. And the penalty shootout, like Paul said, is always some lucky ticket because, even good player. I mean, look at Gabriel. Gabriel kicking the ball, somebody who playing free ball, yeah, kicking in the air like that. And so I think the selection of the penalty kickers were also bad. But I mean, but that's our team, and we had two victories at our hand. At least we were sure of one. So somebody just got to win the game. And I heard Paul you coming, but I heard a lot of my colleagues and calling me and laughing at me. So I told them, I said, listen, Arsenal did not inherit the position that they got to go to final. We did not inherit it. All the teams, the major teams in Europe, they all started from square one, from 0-0. Nobody was awarded any point, and we made our way up there. So there was a way that FIFA, designed this thing that two people can win a trophy. Like after all the teams fall out, the last two that will go to the final, two of them can win the thing. They can win the trophy equally. With equal value, it will be. So for me, if anything goes to final and they lose, and one other team win, the two of them are equally qualified because that's why they went to final. So Paul,
Linford, you have two teams that Arsenal was not beaten by anything before reaching the final. So PSG have attacking force. Arsenal have a defensive force.
that
also
even bless us.
their attacking force now, and they also have defensive force as well. They are team that is compact with talent. So if you're playing them, you have to be tactical on your approach. So it was the tactical approach that Arsenal took. You see, so if you look at the game, keenly, Arsenal have more chances in the first 45 minutes than PSG. So that was the game plan. But then when they equalized, you saw the game open in the other half. So you get it? So that's what I would say. Look, it was a game that no one could have. Chelsea won the Premier League, the Champions League with Jose Mourinho against Barcelona. They sat back through all the game. One goal, Barcelona could not redeem. So it's based on the tactics. So I wouldn't take that to say, oh, it's so that's
Yeah. Okay. So having said that, we want to say welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions. If you just joining us, help us to share the show. Tonight we'll be discussing some interesting issues. One of which has to do with the Douala market. And Paul will throw a little bit of light on it. Then when we come back, we'll be going into detail. But we already know that even if you're not visiting the Douala market, say you live in the Cinco Belt area, but you are heard the name Douala market. That's one of the biggest markets in Liberia. You got Waterside, number one first, and traditional. Then you got the Nasi Bido winter market, of course, which supplies Ken Johnson Road and the rest of the other area along the UN Drive area. Then you have the Douala market that supplies, the area across the bridge. And I want to believe that people from Logintown, Newtown all go there. And then you have the Pinsway market that supplies, the Pinsway area, and then you also have the Oro market. So everybody knows where these things are. And so it's not strange to anybody. Even if you haven't been in the market physically, at least you would have heard the name. And I forgot one of the market, the Nasi Bido market, which is around Post area. I know there were people that used to go. You go from Jonathan right there. I don't make a choice. You go to the Barry market. I go I forgot PHP market.
that Radita market.
Radita market. You have to go to Radita market, but look at that distance for you to climb the hill all the way come to the Papas and Park. So you get better to go to Jawenta market. So I think, and those markets, I think they were ideally located, according to the city, the segment of the city. And I think they got something in Ghana's way too that I'm not too sure of. I don't know Ghana's way too well. But Paul, so we'll be talking about the Douala market. And another thing that we'll be talking about when we come back from our musical break would be the
It's on the screen.
yeah, okay, the building of the country.
So we'll be
Yeah, but
looking at
you can read better than me because
is President Boyka building Liberia, or is just his image? That's one. They'll
with
be
the
looking
yellow
at it.
machines.
Yeah, that's the thing with the yellow machine story. They'll be looking at the local content policies shield for small screen. What that means, this is something that have to do with liberalization regarding the Ministry of Commerce talking about local content policy. So we asking whether this is shield or is a smoke screen. And the reason why we're asking this question is that they have been giving contrast to foreigners that meant to be for Liberians, and now they come up with this new thing. So we'll be asking whether they're using it. Then the third one will be the dollar market, which is filthy. So the question is, where is the Monrovia City Corporation, the MCC? We'll be looking at that. So those are the key stories for tonight. So therefore,
Yeah. Okay. So at least the viewers got idea of what we'll be talking about. But let's welcome a couple of people, and then we'll go back to start actual business here. Let's welcome Chadela Branchel. Of course, she's here all the time, and Bato Mami watching all the way from Guinea. From Guinea. And we also have Bataki and the rest of you whose name we cannot see. All you need to do is say hi, or oh, I'm watching from Voila, or I'm watching from Waterside, or whatever. Then we'll be able to see your name. See some of you on my screen. I don't see your name, and also on the main board here, I don't see your names. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll get back. Then we'll be going into details of what Paul just highlighted. So stay with us and help us to share the show.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, so much. They lie. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said, no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock them forever. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in thee, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And welcome again. My name is Lim Fogoe, along with Paul Chirople, and together we will be discussing some of the issues that made news in Liberia. You may have heard some of these things in the news. You may have read them in the papers or seen it on Facebook. But we look at it from different perspectives. We discuss it from how we know it to be or how we see it to be. So let me say welcome to Muna Clipper. Thanks for joining us. And for those of you, like I said, those of you just joining us, help us to share the show and make your comment, greet us, or just say anything you want to do. We welcome your participation because this is a show that we present to people to be a part of, not just us doing the talking and So, Paul, again, I think this is maybe the 100th time we'll be talking about these yellow machines, and from day one, with all the Rickman rules that were around the yellow machine, the punches of a bunch of them coming. And then we saw some leaving the country where they went, nobody knew. And then the next thing that came out was how we got it, how Liberia as a country got a yellow machine. At one point, it was supposed to be the president's friend giving him yellow machines, which is a breach of the code of conduct, because no elected official is supposed to receive a gift of more than $200, $250 at most. You should be investigated by the LACC for that. But our president friends giving yellow machine, then sending time came again. No, they were buying it, and all kinds of spiral stories surrounding these machines. Finally, a group of them came. They said the rest were coming, but since they came in the country, if you ask me where are some of them, I don't know. Maybe if I ask you, where are some of them. But the question is, why did these machines come to Liberia in the first place? Because if I'm wrong, tell me, Paul. I don't know whether these machines are actively deployed for the intended purpose. In the first place, I don't know whether they were brought into only condition rules, whether they were brought in for agriculture purposes. Nobody knows. Okay, and I will not say nobody. I don't know. So take us through on this issue.
Well, Linford, first I want to say to our audience, welcome to the Bottomline discussion. If you're joining us for the very first time, just drop a comment so we can know where you view from. Linford, the yellow machine thing, I said it on this program. It was to cajole the people of Liberia, and cajoling the people of Liberia. The yellow machine will not get in any action until next year. And then the reason being because when we get into 2027, 28, 29, it's election, right? So 2027 is actually for campaigning. That's when the campaign actually starts. So the yellow machine thing that this government is dragging about, they're waiting for 2027, October 2027, when the dry season kicks in, and then they start operation. Because what happened, Charles Taylor said something many years ago. I know you are in Charles Taylor camp. So he said God created three kinds of people. He created a white man, the black man, and he created Liberia. And think on what he was saying. Henry Costa, you may not like him or like him. He said something in one of the podcasts. He said, Liberians, we are stupid kind of people. So think on it. Because we are stupid kind of people, people can play on us. And when he was saying that, I said, but what's the little boy talking about? But then when I went back to what Charles Taylor said, that we are, God created everybody and then created Liberian separate. It means we just stupid kind of people. There was a study carried out last year about Liberia is one of the countries on the planet Earth that came second to Nepal with the lower IQ. The reason being, and our politicians understand that because they get stupid majority in the country, it's easy to control them. This is why we bring in him for a yellow machine to say, oh, we're doing something. If you have no policy, this is what happened. Because when Ellen came to power, when she just started the broken country, she did rules. When we are king, we are did rules. Joseph Barker comes to power, he have no policy, he continue with rules. You think on it. So because our people are so blind in his mind, nobody will go after them. So they pick on this yellow machine thing that they're running away with. The last of the nation said that but the remaining yellow machine have entered the country. But guess what? The yellow machine they're talking about entered the country around 3 a.m. when everyone was sleeping. No journalist can see it. Nobody know how it entered the country. Nobody was working at the port of entry. The yellow machine is just a ghost machine that appear unknown to the citizen. So these are all lies. So the thing is, the purpose of the yellow machine is not about anything good, it's about campaign. And next year, believe you me, watch what I'm saying. Next year, October, they will start clearing places because the yellow machine was not intended to build roads. It's there to always keep the road steady. Like back in the days, whether it rain, sunshine, you could travel throughout the country because they have popular west substation all over the country. That's the purpose of the yellow machine, to just greater the road. Nothing else, but they will use it to their advantage because our people don't look above they only look below the belt. They cannot live for their head. So that's the story with the yellow machine. I don't know what say 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, viewers, we want you to make your comment here. Just tell us how you feel about whether the yellow machines are. I mean, we're not saying they are not good. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, why were they brought? Because listen, your children in the house, you the father, you go out, you fetch, and then you come back, you bring bag of rice, you put it down, and the bag of rice just sitting down, the children hungry. So they say, well, Papa, what is that what we're doing here? We are asking what the machines came to do, because the moment the news came, oh yes, we know we shut of these things from the heydays of Liberia, we've been shut of these things. So since they come in now, everything coming to be all right, especially when the government promised, when the president promised that roads at his hour, okay, before they even came with the arrest. His first campaign message was roads, until when Henry Costa talked about the arrest. And then they took it and started running with and you said something, Paul. I just want to highlight it again. Liberian people, we are stupid kind of people. I mean, not that we're stupid, but I don't know what to say. Whether I should agree with you, yeah, or I should just
our own quoting Henry Costa and our quoting Charles Taylor and our quoting what the survey said about us. Henry Costa said it. He said, we Liberia, we are still kind of people.
we just special kind of people that even if you beat us, you beat us this year, then we cry. We say next year, we not allow the men to beat us. Then next year come, you grab a beer again. We say, but what we'll do now? The men been beating all the time, so that ain't one day beating. Let the men beat all now until we die or until he stop. You see that? So that these people will elect the same kind of people all the time, and then they turn around and sit there and start crying. So we're special kind of people, and even maybe the word stupid is an understatement. If there was anything, but without crazy as well, because if we were crazy, we wouldn't be doing the same thing over and over. Because crazy man doesn't do the same thing over and over. So we're just different.
But Linford, I don't know. You can't put your hand on it, but I think Henry Costa was right. Because how come? Listen to this one. United Party came to power on early. They served for 12 years. They were the most corrupt people. George Weah King, he spent 6 years. They beat on George Weah. He's incompetent. He was unable to do this, unable to do that. But the people who suffer, it's like you have a wife, right? And you've been beating a wife for 12 years. Then she said, I'm tired with your nonsense. I'm going to go to a new person. And this person now, they're going to started doing something not right. Oh no, the person not treating me. Let me go back to the person now beating me for 12 years. Is that the way some people would think? That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Yeah, but that's what I said. We are used to this here. We don't know the way out. Even if we're in a situation, we know that there is a way we can get out. We say, oh no, but no, let me tell you, put librarian man in the jailhouse. You gave him the key. You lock him inside and gave him the key. That might be saying that you will not get a sense to open the door and get outside. You say, but let me just sit there and the man put me inside already and he gave me the key. I'll just sit there maybe one day he will can free me. But let me you know, if I say tell us in Sonia that stupidity is a gift, it's just that we librarians we misuse it. Now
I think he's right.
Yeah, but if also I also we're not misusing it. We're using it to the advantage of the people who know that we are stupid. You see, because if Liberian people were not stupid, Boaka would not be president today. It was not stupid because they will know that Boaka was in the Ellen Johnson government, and they said, and he himself admitted that it's squander. So a man who was in the past government and he admitted nobody, there were no hand on the man. The man will now say now at one point to make that statement. He said it. So he knows that he's the scandal. And then Liberian people, you turn around, you say, okay, they may buy you for president at that time when it's scandal, but this time now, let me him president special or proper now and give him the key to our coffers. So see what happened in Lufa. The man built his retirement home, all his children, they will not go short of money for the rest of their lifetime. They will not look for anywhere to live. Foya, that place in Foya will be a small, haven for them, not heaven, but haven where they can relax and do everything. And of course, we got a law on the book that says we cannot question our past leaders, especially when the president. Okay, yeah, welcome, Jerry Bryan. I'm sorry, brother, Jerry Molimba. Welcome. No, Jerry Bryan, all of you from Maryland. So when Jerry Bryan it's all Jerry Bryan, but welcome, Jerry, my brother from Toronto. He's from Norway as well. But the point I'm trying to make here is that our stupidity, people use it for their advantage. And this is why, okay, you have people like Boaka today to be president. I mean, this man, from all indication, he indicted himself. He told you people that we squander. And I was vice president for 7 years, for 12 years, and I was not functional. Our part. So this man and then you still look at the scene, man.
But if a man who served for 12 years as vice president, if you're in that position, even the clothes you wear, you does not buy the clothes.
No.
You get it a free gift. Even the food you eat, you may not even pay for it.
You may not pay electricity bill, you may get free car.
Okay, you get free car, everything. Your salary, you will not even touch it for 12 years. Boyka told the nation that he living on loan. So any some person will pick it up and say, oh, but if that man squander his own money for 12 years, why would I trust this man with the country? But they said, no, the man living on loan, we feel sorry for him. He stole from us, but he told us that we squander. And we still decided to put. So is that how some people think? So when Henry Costa said we are stupid kind of people, he meant exactly what he was talking about. So I think we should give Henry Costa credit. And when Charles Taylor said God made three kind of people: white men, black men, and made Liberian. Because Liberian, we just stupid kind of people. So that is the point. Becca told us plain blank. He living on loan. They squander the country wealth, and we still decide, say, no, we'll bring you back so you can steal more. So what Baka did, he said, I will dance with the devil. And when I dance with the devil, what he did, he danced with the devil, and then after he came, what happened? The devil died. There is the corny old man that people overlook. And he did it. He
the devil, everybody's scared. I thought, man, who opened this and you dance with it?
Yeah. And then when he danced with the devil, what happened? The devil said, gave up on him. So it's just to show you that we don't think our level of thinking. That's why when our group did a survey on Liberia, Liberia is one of the countries, the second in the world with the lower IQ. We argue on it. She said, no, the people can be condemning Liberia, but in reality, we don't think straight. And this is not only limited to people back home. It's home and abroad. Listen to some of our brothers and sisters talking rubbish. It is telling you.
I will tell you something, Paul, concerning the particular topic. You see, during the elections, I heard a lot of people made a statement. Oh, we don't know the other candidates that the people will know. In my own family, I mean, my blood brothers, they are all of voting age. They get their wives, their children who are also of voting age. When I ask them, oh, who you are voting for? That old man voting for, because that old man, everybody voting for that. Old man, everybody know.
So you see, now, they can't even process, though. You see,
they're not thinking about their own welfare. They think they don't want to lose the election. They say, no, we don't want to lose. We want to be on the winner's side. Great, okay? But think about it. If I know Paul, on this show here, I know Paul, and I've seen Paul in person. Paul and myself I sat down and talk and eating together, done everything together. And I also know him on this show. The same way I know Paul, Paul also knows me. So you voters, you say, oh, that the all politicians will know this is somebody who was in government prior to his election as president for 45, 40 whatever year he was in government, as he said. So he got all the little experience. And can you imagine that if there was a way to stay in government and the women have been in government for 40 something years, 30 years, in fact, 2 years plenty. Your 2-year-old child can start knowing you, calling your names, know the names of things. So wait more grown-up men who have been in government for complete 40 years, or child born 40 years is your grandfather almost. Okay? When you become 40, you can be your grandfather. At least. You get your own children, your children can start getting their own children too. So this man, he knew the in and out of government. He knew before he became president where you can twist the button, where you can plug the one, you move the one, you plug the one somewhere. Then, I remember there used to be some patch board when I started working with the radio station. We used to have the patch board where you can take one call, you plug it on the other side, you plug it, then you get the sound coming through. So the old man knew all these things. And then you like people say, oh no, that only person will know. And because the old man, he get experience. The other people that new people. And then you put the man who get experience there. See what the man doing. Number one, they bring yellow machine. They all the publicity. Up to now, the yellow machine went swear. And then what Paul said, they want to use it for campaign purposes. We know all of that. But we just want to highlight, we want to start highlighting these things. And for you Liberians to begin to think before election, so that it would not be strange to you that when they bring yellow, I don't know how they're going to introduce the yellow machine again, because they have already introduced it to the people. Everybody have been fencing around. So you go, you keep it, then time for campaign, you bring it outside again. I don't know how they're going to do it.
The thing is, all right, let me give you an example. In 2020, it was 2021, 2022, 72nd Boulevard. That is going to from how they call it? Yeah, what the road? I mean, from TB Honest, from TB
Yeah.
Honest, from TB Honest all the way down to 72nd. The road are connecting Somalia, the Somalia Drive.
Yeah, I just forgot the name of that road.
That's the 72nd road, 72nd Boulevard. What we're in a town, and what happened that George Weah had just introduced solar street light for that little place. And to my amaze that people were jubilating Linfa that their first time seeing street light. So tell me, that yellow machine stuff, some people have not seen roads before. So if you go and greater somewhere, and you greater somewhere for somebody who have not seen a little dusty road somewhere, that person will take it as a big thing that you doing something great. So in that person's mind, you are the best. This is the Liberia story. And all our chronic thieves that lead in Liberia, they understand that. But the layman does not. That's the point. That welcome friendship.
Let me relax and listen to what talking. Well, that's what I said. The moment you start mentioning that, I know the mayor, I know that only the person will know. That person also, imagine me, Liberian politics. You myself, I don't know, but I have not worked in government, but at least I know how Liberian people think when it comes to politics, right? So wait till somebody who have been in government from the time you're small boy until you old man. So the old man, he know that Liberian people let t-shirt for party. They put one t-shirt on somebody who got old reggae clothes. You take it from him. You say, I'll give you one new t-shirt. You give it to him. I'll give you a few couple right. Now all the people die. And it sounds to me like pay to play, or it sounds to me like a contract. So if I give you a t-shirt and a couple of rice, I put you in a box to go vote for me, your contract finished because I pay you and you pay me. So why can not owe anybody? The people who voted for him.
He's not owing anyone, because the thing is, but understand that it hard for people to process things in Liberia. So he'll always use that. The man
he'll come back again.
Yeah, he said it. You mentioned the $10 million estate that is built in 4 years. The president said he had no clue, but then later on he said, "Oh, somebody did it." They all know if a honorable union, because people not processing. That thing was going to go quiet because the noise have been ringing from Liberians in the diaspora that were getting Becca so angry to call us, say, "Oh, they are backing dogs in the place there. They're not living here." That's all getting him angry, because the people on the ground, they're afraid to say it. But I can be bold to say it. You see, the guy on the ground, say, "Oh, that the people think he's scared."
Yeah, I will tell you, and I'm sorry that I will say this, but I'm not calling nobody name. Or top dog in that government, we sat together. I listened to that guy and somebody talking. Then I said, when wasn't the man who was just defending the government last night at this major program, giving all the policy, and I seen guy talking in the morning, get casually in casual conversation, my skin creep. So people know, but they got to eat, and people. So they were the empire story, right? You know the empire story well. They know the empire is naked, but you can't tell the empire is naked. So you can't tell the empire is naked, you out. So they look at naked and they call it and they see like the story where we say, "Oh, my man, what can I do? We can't do anything, but let it be." So most of the people in the government, they know exactly what's going on. And I'm telling you that this coming election will be tough. The United Party people might take it. They might think because they in power. Yeah.
Therefore, we know be tough. Let's welcome Francie. Francie, can you hear us?
You hear us?
Well, Linfa.
Yeah.
I hear you. You guys can hear me?
Okay,
No,
welcome.
we hear you, but
Madam,
your foot is still. You're not moving.
Yeah, I'll go out again, man.
Okay.
Okay, go out again, come back, or you can change
So,
your device.
what Francis, we just want to, the discussion here tonight is about this so-called yellow machine that the government have allowed to the nation, said they brought yellow machine in the country. So we're asking the question tonight. The question is President Boyka, the thing is funny, is President Boyka building Liberia, or is just of his image? The yellow machine story. So we just want to know, to our audience, the yellow machine story, because these guys, we think they're lying to us. They said they brought the remaining. Mo Ali posted this on his page that President Barker fulfilled his promise to the Liberian people and brought the remaining yellow machine. But nobody knows when the yellow machine entered the country. Did the yellow machine enter Liberia 3 a.m. in the morning when the national port were closed? All the journalists went to bed. There were no camera. All the mobile phones switched. Or nobody know the location of the yellow machine, the remaining yellow machine that they brought. So we asking the question: is this Pape trying to build Liberia or his own image, or what? What else? Are they using the yellow machine cycle for 2029 because they know that our people don't think beyond the belt? So this is the question. So to our viewers, we just want you to chime in because something is not right. So before recognize some of the people who want to say this, that they came up with a thing, say arrest agenda. But guess what? It was not President Burka's vision. It was Henry Costa who sat on his talk show going after political parties and came and said, we're going to rescue the country. That's how they came up with that name. So it was not Joseph Burka's vision. So what is Joseph Burka's vision? We want to know. We are keen to know. If this man does not have a vision, then why did he put himself forward to run? Is that Henry Costa thing that they're bidding on? Talk to man. Recognize some of the people in for.
Again, we'll go over our list. Let's welcome Pataki, Chadela, or Dada Logan, Batomami, all the way from Guinea Conakry, and Muna Kripa, of course. Efanso Tele is here. Chayu Waimo from Norway, also Joseph Control. So, guys, want to say welcome to you. You see the number on the dashboard, but we can't see you. So, if you dare, just give us your thumb up or something, and then we can recognize you. But Paul, you mentioned a couple of things or two things that I want to talk about. You talk about, or you keep highlighting whether these yellow machines are actually intended to promote the image of President Boyka. Yes, that's the exact answer. And no debate about it, because the first thing, the saga surrounding the purchase of the machines, or how we got it, whether we purchased it or not, I don't know. I can't confirm, I can't deny. But the way we got it, at one point it was supposed to be a gift, which, if it is a gift to the president, and then at the end of the day, the machines arrive in Liberia, and the president will have to take those machines and share it to the various countries whose image is being promoted. The president, okay, that's one phase of it, that it was a gift, and then he would distribute it to the 15 countries. Fine. Then the other way around, if it was purchased with our taxpayers' money, and who's in power? The president. Okay, so if he donates it to the federal countries again, is the government. So whose image is going? Boyka, not you, not me, not your control. Then my concern is, we know that you will give these machines up, but why are you keeping it? Because what is the guarantee that even if you give the machine on election day, that people will vote for you? The Liberian folk will say, well, we saw you did your own. So if you can give out the machines, but we still vote for a different person. So what are you going to do? But considering the Henry Costa factor, the United Party they were breathing through Costa's nose. Costa was the last support for them. Trust me. After, the first thing the United Party did was, after Ellen Johnson, the party almost died under Bouaka. So Bouaka was smart enough, and they came under the umbrella of the CPP. And during that time, when they have solidified their positions, okay, with bringing in the remnants of the Liberty Party, the Dillon, the Yombly, and all these people coming on board. So they said, okay, now we can go. And that's how they created all of the little, chicaneries to make Mr. Cummings to look bad. And that's how they broke away. Or other than that, they would have stayed under the CPP. But when they knew that the CPP were already recognized and built, so they left. Okay, and who they were breathing through, who were the oxygen for them? It was Costa. And today I saw a post by one young man called Waka Chalaba. I don't know him. And he was taking the glory that he's one of those people who strategized the fall of Ria for President Waka to come to power. And Henry Costa went at him. Costa told him, no, me, Costa, I did it. And there's a long bit of exchange under that long thread, and they arguing. So I was just sitting there and laughing. And that is to show the Liberian people that this Unity Party, because every time they get Harry, we get out and try to take glory for bringing the Unity Party. You are Prophet Key. Prophet Key will say, I don't want to the government. You want to the government. Costa,
What, that your topic for tonight?
No. Yeah, that part of the discussion. We are discussing. We're not in classroom to open textbook and say, okay, let me read
now
it.
Now we're discussing about Unity Party all day.
Yes, of course, they are the government. You can't discuss ANC. ANC is not the government. You can't discuss Liberty Party. They are not the government. So relax. I know what brought you here, and I'm ready for you.
There is a question here, but Mona, the yellow machine is not in the country. It's just a lie. The Unity Party is a party that full of lies. It's not in the country. They cannot verify. There's no mobile phone camera. There's no camera in the country. There's no journalist that can go and verify that those yellow machines have arrived. So it came 3 a.m. day before yesterday night when everybody was sleeping. When Freeport workers, the security were all asleep. The machine just entered and passed and went somewhere. Nobody can locate them, but only Mo Ali can tell us.
Because the first batch that came, even ministers left the offices.
They were going around the city so people could see, but they
went to wash the machines at Freeport, and then they escorted it around the country. Yeah. So why is it that the last batch came at 3 a.m.? They didn't even wait? Because I know they were not going to pay demolish at the port.
The military people were sleeping, the police were sleeping, the security guards were sleeping, the security dogs were sleeping, everybody was sleeping, journalists were sleeping. So
the ships or the batches that brought the equipment, they were not going to pay dispatch or demurrage.
Let's bring the Unity Party man on. Yeah, he tell us it's a yellow machine.
Why were they rushing to get on it?
My man, yellow man tell us where's the yellow machine in the country. That's a man tell us because
no comment.
Having on the King Princess. The last time having on the
no comment.
Okay, why are you keeping the first part?
Welcome, Francis.
Why are you keeping the other one that already had in the country and then a brand new one, and we can see where are they?
So let's move on, Lefa, because of time. Let's move on to our audience.
Unity Party.
No. We're talking about the government. The government is lying to the people, and waiting for 2027 to start the yellow machine thing. So we know that, but the pressure is on now. The yellow machine will definitely get in the country, but we're just waiting. But don't lie to the people, say it's there. That's the point. Be bold with the people. Look, they are coming, but at which time, we don't know. But you last said in the country, but nobody know where. This is the problem. Yeah.
Okay, let's work on LRB, child. He said we get headed. Yeah, but man, the Party will get headed because our government did not doing the right thing. So we already get headed. You're right. That one you're right. You're right. We get headed. Because they lie too much. Okay, but Paul, what's next up there? Okay, so the Ministry of Commerce they are saying that they want to do this thing called local content policy, right? And it has to do with, I think it's also in line with that liberalization, right? Where they want to, I don't know where they will start from, because as far as I know, even the Lebanese people, the Indian people, they're selling ice. They get the BB freezer where they sell ice in, and that's one of the things I think one of the businesses that Liberians supposed to own. Okay, these Lebanese guys, some Yana boss, even working for them. The clothes that they've been having that almost expire. I mean, been there for years, they didn't buy, they take it, put it in a wheelbarrow and say, man, carry it, go sell it. Anything you get, bring it back to me. Okay? So I don't know how they're going to start this thing, but we all, for me, I will point blank say that we all wait to see how it's going to work, because these businesses are, some of them are already being overtaken by the local, I mean the foreign business owners, to the point where I'm understanding that the M&G Gold and all the other companies, they even got people that they brought from that country, some of whom are doing jobs that Liberians supposed to do. So what are you going to do? How are you going to go about it? You're going to go back to those people because you have signed contract with them already, okay? And I don't know whether your contract say that they can bring their own people to do some of this work, these jobs that Liberians supposed to do, and then you're going to take them back. I don't know how you're going to do it. So, Paul and Francis?
Look, lean for guys. All those things are belated, and I'll be honest with you guys. It's just talk. How are they gonna implement it? By which measure? I mean, you stated clearly. Liberians are so poor. We are very unpatriotic. We are very unnationalistic. We front for foreigners. We prefer foreigners because we're poor. So a poor man in West Point or Yanabo in Yucatan or in Cinco or in Peaceville, we're definitely front for an alien. Yeah. So it's not. I think it's not going to change anytime soon, except we create a middle class, a strong middle class economy. Where people be able to work. Find jobs, have factories, have institutions that are ready, that will create jobs. Without that, that's not going to happen. Not, I don't think it's in our lifetime either.
Paul?
but Francis, nearly. You have a group of people that would say something and do the opposite of what they say. Regards to what you say about the liberalization, do you know the main contract that should go to Liberian are being given to foreigner? So, Francis Ellie, it just, I don't know. It's the Liberian thing. It's the Liberian story can end. And now I said to you, this is the Liberian we have. So we have people that will for job, people that's
as we talking about this new idea that the government is trying to implement or introduce, I'm thinking, this could also be a trick by the government to put pressure on those foreign companies to be able to have some sort of control over them. I mean, for the government to have control over them, and for them to even pay extra money to government. Now,
no, so
maybe you're not getting where I'm going. Yeah,
no, it's
maybe,
not.
Maybe you're not getting where I'm going. No, wait. Let me go to where I'm going.
All right.
Yeah, but let me go to where I'm going. When I go to where I'm going, maybe you will see the rule I'm following. Now, maybe I'll continue to use the word maybe because I don't know. But maybe in those contracts that they are signed with most of those countries, I mean, those companies, and then those companies are bringing in their people to do jobs that Liberians are supposed to be doing. Maybe in those contracts, it's not stipulated that these jobs are solely for Liberians. And so these people have brought in their own people to do it. And then the government now wants to let them know that it is Liberians that are supposed to be doing this job. So if you can't make it, I mean, if you can't pay a certain amount of money, remember it's the commerce ministry that is going beyond the people. Okay, now the labor ministry is the commerce ministry. So if you can't pay a certain amount of money for all to allow you to keep your people doing this job, we'll take a job from them. And some of these people, some of those companies might be forced to say, okay, yeah, we agree. That is outside of the agreement. That's just pressure that they put you on there. I'm just thinking, you see, me, I let look at things critically from one angle to another. You see, so it could be that somebody is trying to create some funny, clever idea to be able to extort money from those companies, by blackmailing them. Then they say, look, yeah, we can let your people do the job, but you got to pay your money. Or if you don't do it, here's a new policy that will bring in, it will affect you. I don't know whether
no, but the whole idea behind the thing is to support Liberian businesses, according to them. To support Liberian businesses. So if you're not, if you're not willing to give, if you're not willing to give Liberians contract, you give it to foreigner, then you come and say you support Liberian businesses. So it's really belated. It's just another thing that when somebody not working, this is why. You remember what I said from the start? I said, look, Henry Costa sat down on his platform. When he sat down one day, he was causing comments and causing George Weah and saying that, oh, we're coming to rescue the country. And that's how the thing came about, rescue. So Berka did not have any vision. So if he had a vision from day one, that's it. So that Henry Costa rescue vision that these guys are running with. So I mean, that's just to tell you, no head, no tail, no direction. That's the fact.
Look, so, gentlemen, that be frank, yeah. Look,
but that be frank, yeah.
Talk to us. They claim that no. Let me just deviate for a minute or two.
Yes, that's what we want, my brother.
They claim that Henry Costa is claiming that he brought down the Weah administration. It's partly true, but he was not the only person. Stanton Wallace went alone. He helped too.
No. So what we're talking here is not about who brought down the Weah government. It's about that arrest agenda. It was Henry Costa who sat on his platform and said, "Oh, we're going to."
Listen. Henry Costa had a platform. I can tell you, Henry Costa and these guys were hanging out. They were talking. And he had a platform. He was the one who was actually speaking. Maybe that's something they spoke about in the back, and he came in front. That you don't know about Henry Costa, bro.
So, my brother, if Francis Mensah have a vision that if I become president of Liberia,
there will be the nomenclature or rescue is not a vision.
Listen. If Francis Mensah have a vision that if I take over Liberia, no more child will sell cold water and all children will be in school free. What Francis Mensah going to do from day one? Because that's what he wants. That is his policy. That's where we start from day one. Any other thing is just additional.
Paul.
So the reason why I'm saying this, if this group came out, they had a vision, say, oh, they're going to rescue the country that been damaged so badly, then what is the confusion in the rescue? Because you coming to rescue from day one, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. Yes, Francis.
They think it does not require rocket science.
Okay.
All the presidential candidates said they're going to do similar thing in different ways. That the children selling the market, and the 44 presidential candidates, they all wanted to move kids from the. Look, we do not have an infrastructure. The economy is bad. Most of the kids who you see on the streets, who are not supposed to be in the streets, they're not even working.
Francis, you're missing the point here.
So there is no amount of political rhetoric will let you will change that. We change that phenomenon in a day or 6 months.
This is where they started with, Francis. That was the idea. It's in the agriculture, road, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism.
Mhm.
You see those things that listed?
Yeah.
So if you say this is what I'm going to do, this is the 3rd year, we start seeing the fruit of all of these things that you talk about. But in the midst of all of this, rule of law is there. The president broke all the rules. The tenure position, he ignored it. The president removed speaker. He went with regime. Everything. The Supreme Court said, no, don't do
The
this.
president did not remove speaker.
Oh, okay, so
The speaker was
that's
removed
another.
by his colleagues.
The speaker removed. Okay, the rule of law. So I'm telling you now, if you
Did the president remove? Did the president remove tenure position people?
He did. So
did.
It's there. Rule of law is there.
He did. Yes, he did. He did. Yes.
Yeah.
So
he did.
So you see,
fine. So
yes,
at least he broke one law.
So you see the argument here.
So he broke one law.
So you have a set mind. Say, I'm coming up with this. This is my agenda for the nation. Agriculture is number 1 at the top of that list. 3 years on, what? Let's see some little signs. Say this year we see agriculture. This is what happening. Nothing. Now we're gonna put this flyer up. Sanitation. What we're coming to discuss about? Local, Douala market. Sanitation. The place is filthy. So we talk about George Weah because
take down a flyer. Let's do a quick break and come back. Because that's the most important part. Because here's this government. Oh, you were in opposition for 6 years. You sat down, you saw all the ills in government, and then you are forming your platform. Then you go in 6 years. Okay, they dreaming big that they will go 12 years. The same way George Weah started 24 years. Then from there it came down to 12 years. The supporter will say 24 years. After it was getting tough now, they brought it down to 12 years. From 12 years, they say, okay, at least we can just stay there until after 6 years. So these people playing big. You got 5 things: agriculture, rule of law, sanitation, and tourism. 5. And those are all compact topics. Just road alone is difficult to do in a country like Liberia. Then you talk about agriculture, okay? And we talk about mechanized agriculture. It's difficult. So you go in 6 years, you compact your whole platform with heavy stuff that you can't accomplish. So the government is doomed to failure. They not do anything. They will not do, and that's why they are confused and they're doing everything like chicken without head. But when we come back, we'll go to sanitation, which is one of the pillars of this government, and then we'll be discussing how far they've gone with this sanitation thing, because it's part of that. Now we are not making it, or we did not design this thing. They designed it. So we'll be talking about it.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottomline, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottomline Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
Welcome to Your Story, where real lives meet real truth. I'm your host, Francis Mona, and every week I sit down with remarkable guests to uncover their journeys that shape their lives, the struggle they survive, the breakthroughs they earn, and the lessons that can change your life. This is not just a conversation, this is your story, a life experience that goes deep, gets real, and leaves you with something to think about long after the streams. Join us every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, live on the Bottomline Liberia. Don't just watch, be a part of the conversation, because every story matters, especially yours.
Welcome back. The Bottomline Liberia discussions. Francis Mono Mensah with Your Story, and earlier on you heard Paul the Lord Chirople. He will be here with the conversation. But my name is Linford Goe. I do not have any program yet, but we're making things to happen yet. Well, let me say welcome to all of you again. Our Angeline Noah, our correspondent, former correspondent in Liberia. We hope we can have her again. And Daniel Giddens Kekula, yes, JMD is doing extremely well. Unprecedented, he's doing the unprecedented. Lofa Kante solo. let me. And you know, Paul, I got a joke, right? If you born a child, you born this child today, the 2nd of June 2026, you put his face down. You're looking down until he becomes 25 years old. Then you turn him around for the first time. Then you look at his car. You look around him. He tells you, "Oh, this is up." He said, "No, it's not up," because he don't know where. He don't know down. So he will deny what he's seeing. And so when I hear people that talk about solar panel, Liberia, you should be talking about solar panel. You sold the solar farm. Solar farm are what people use there for the farm to generate maybe something just for the farms. You get all the resources. One man can build millions or $10 million compound. Then they take solar panel that I can buy 50 if I want to and just send it to somebody and put it down. And then you praise it. But again, it will stay long. That's why when they say Liberians.
Therefore, you can't brush it like that. He said that Joseph Barker is building solar farm that will what? It will
Connected.
With soon. Connect 10,000 homes with light. That's what he's saying. With soon. So it's a good thing because we get current problems. So it will be a good thing, especially for Lofa County. But it's also true that it could happen because what happened, Joseph Barker built a $10 million house in 4 years. So that house requires electricity.
Yeah,
but
that's why.
Lofa County is in a big mess because pretty soon Guinea will take the whole of Lofa County, then the $10 million house, the solar panel, will be gone. But I think the government, I've been bold here. I think the government so Lofa County because we don't know the truth of what's happening. So my brother here is right. So we have 10,000 homes with light. Then the Guineans come and take the whole of Lofa County.
Wait, let me ask a question. Where's the 10? Where would be the 10,000 houses? Because see, widow,
He said
10,000.
Lofa County. You know how many houses in Lofa
The
County?
Guineans are all the electrify the play where the Guineans are too. You'll get the Guinean views online.
It's Lofa County. So when the Guineans take the whole of Lofa County, then I mean the solar farm, it will just go in vain. That's what the brother. So my brother,
Okay, let me work on another foyer man. Another my boy Douglas Taylor. Douglas. They say they need electrify your country. For guys, on a serious note, no, this government is operating on 5 pillars for 6 years: agriculture, rule of law. Truly, we know. Vaga broke all the laws. That one is truly we know. So they got only road, which is AR now. Then we get the EDAWA. Education.
Education is there.
Sanitation and tourism. And you know who are the tourists coming to Liberia? The United Party guys. At the end of the year, they buy that ticket, then they go. They say, oh, the diaspora return. So you got 6 years to operating in a complex society like Liberia, poor country. You don't have any reserves when it comes to money. There is no way you can put your head quick and grab money. You got to go in France. You got to go to America. You got to go all over the place begging for money. The president will tell you, sit there and wait for. You go, you sit there, decent in the lobby. You sleeping with your head. Then you make big budget. You think about big project when you don't have a hand. So this government will not go anywhere. They will not do nothing. Point blank. But if you try to polish it or baboon, you put listing on it, the most say wow. Anything you do, even if you so sound the more say so that wow. You can make it. So sanitation is one of them. When the guy we have one over there. I have a former president we are out there. We all here. We talk. This was dirty. And everybody, oh, Jefferson Kwaji, the border blood boy, you weren't border, and see, look how they said it dirty. We made a noise. The United Party people clean that, they knew everything, they'll do everything. Tanking, they there. Cars can drive through, they died. I was in Liberia in November. The car driving through the dead, so car making our way through it. I'm like, wait now, this is strange for me. So sanitation, what's happening to sanitation? Where are we when it comes to sanitation or getting scapular? So you're doing extremely well too, right? With sanitation, right? Francis, tell me, what is your government doing now with sanitation? With all the dead, that one market here. Look at the smoke coming from all the dead. That Dwala market here. Tell me.
Look, I agree there are challenges. Again, it requires a lot of work, infrastructure, civic education about people, how they throw the diet. That place was clean before. When I was in Liberia, it was clean.
When?
December, January, it was clean.
Uh-huh.
But the only problem was the traffic. People were coming, people were still coming on the road. Even the Nugutan City Police, Mercy Police were pushing back. The next they come on the road. So the major problem is that it's difficult. I would say it's difficult to get a disposal site for dumping. We do not have that infrastructure, and our people mindset is so terrible. Even you drive, listen, let me explain. Even you drive,
when you say people, the government people or ordinary people?
The ordinary people.
Okay.
Ordinary people, most people don't even have toilets home. They do their thing and throw the stuff on the road in the night. In the morning, you see all the stuff on the road. Even the the Japanese highway, the drainages are all clogged there. People leave, dump those things in the drainages, the waste. So I would say for short, it's a challenge for the Memorial City Corporation. It's a challenge for the government of Liberia. I don't think that That's you could bring his name, Donald Trump, to become president of Liberia. That problem will still persist because the people there.
Or it becomes worse, or it becomes visible, or it becomes disturbing when a particular government makes it part of its pillars,
Need
its
to
vision.
try. They're trying to do, but the people is not helping, bro.
Huh.
Right. This is quite interesting, gentlemen.
But how
Few
do you?
months.
You need to ask one question first
Yeah.
of all. You were just in Liberia the other day when how did the people you were in the village? How did the people dispose of that?
My
Did
village,
anybody
we
come and
have,
push?
yeah, we have probably 2,000 to 3,000 people, including small children, everybody. It's a typical Liberian village, not village or town, where the people they prioritize cleanliness. In the morning, you see all the old ladies with a broom, with a stick broom, and who
Yeah,
some
you
of
sweep in front of your
broom.
house. Where you? Yeah, that's not common. Everybody sweep in front of your house. If you ever sweep in front of your house, where you put it there?
They got a dump site. They got a dump site on the edge of the town where they will dump, and they even planting and banana they grow well. Okay, and a typical village, you know what I'm talking about. So the people they are very clean. Number one is that in the town, my yard I will not sweep my area in the morning. Or I will not see my neighbor sweeping his area, or my neighbor was sweeping her area. Then my own will say now we'll hand between her leg and she can sweep. No. So it's like a competition. They even take a hoe and hoe all the grass around the houses. So that you can't compare with Memorial. But you see, the reason why we are highlighting this thing is these people, the United Party, they sat down for 6 years, they saw that it was one of the weaknesses of the VI administration. And they lambasted the VI government for it. So it means that they have mechanisms in place. No, listen, a government in opposition, opposition party in opposition at the time and planning to come to power should be a government already in the making. You should start making your contact. But the first thing is that I don't want to say that one. Paul, okay. Sonny, I will say it later, but let's say Sonny.
Right. Linford and Francis, are going to, if you want to run Liberia, anybody, don't take 20 things, say we're going to do all 20. Just pick one.
One.
If you pick one thing, that one thing, you will deliver that one thing and you add something else on it. If you remember this guy called Tony Blair, Labour Party could not win seat for long in the UK. You have Margaret Thatcher, who ran a place for five different terms. After Margaret Thatcher, then came John Mayer. To get Labour into office, Tony Blair came up with a strategy that said that one thing we'll do. And that one thing, this is what you should judge us on. Education, education, education. Apart from that education, nothing else. And they deliver on their promise. And that made Tony Blair to serve, his government served for 5 terms too, because of that one thing. Now, President Barker said something in 2017 that when he managed to seize power, it will be rules. Stick with it, because that was the thing. But the fact is that you added so many things on that you cannot deliver. The country is a nation that can beg for money. You put agriculture, then you cannot even generate revenue to even buy equipment for agriculture. You say sanitation, you cannot even buy dump trucks. And then you say sanitation. Now, what am I driving at? The beginning of Barker administration, there were a group of Liberians that had interest in sanitation. They wanted to bring in their own company. If you remember the girl called Fanta, she sometimes appeared on closing argument. They came with their own company. The government had a bidding process for Liberian. They up to today, what happened to those that Liberians own businesses, what we were talking about earlier, cannot take on this charge. The government of Liberia have a dump site that is allocated for dumping things. It's there. So it's all there. But why is it now they cannot give this projects to Liberians to do it. This is the problem that they face with.
And Paul, thank you so much. And Francis said something earlier on, you know, this thing about the blame shifting, that our people are not educated enough or the people don't know what to do. No, this is not for Francis. All of us Liberians here, the moment we sit down in the plane from our feet, we become different people. We abide by the rule. No, I was in a flight. I was going to the Philippines. We transited in Singapore. And I was surprised on the flight. People start making an announcement. If you're getting outside, do not chew chicle, do not hold bottle of water in your hand or on the street. No, you'll be arrested right away. Okay? So, in Europe here, even if I eat candy, there will be my hand on their fire trash can. Why? Because there is place to dispose of it. But Liberia, we say, oh, you know, the people they can do that thing and you throw it down the road and this and that. Yes, the facilities are not there. Okay? Number one, the city is not playing. Number two, the sewage system, the whole sanitation, it depends on sewage. The sewage system is not functional. There no recycling plan. So what you expect people to put it there? People selling in the market. Okay, the fish and thing come in cartoon. The cassava, when the profit taking it on the stem, the grind the cassava, you expect them to carry the cassava store back. Hold
on. Those people that sell in the market, they pay the state corporation every day.
Very good. Garbage collection. So you see, you can even see the city police then running behind the people with state. You know, you can't pay your due. They put that ticket or you got to pay. So once the facilities are not there, the people not to pay. Why I say that when we can't go get be thrown there or behind us here because we come from Liberia, say Liberian people don't know how to manage there. Listen, in 2014, when I went to Liberia for the first time, after 14 years, terrorism was changed. It was strange to me out to my brother's house, right? So I see my brother was selling cold water in the fridge. So the program, one guy you can buy, he drink the whole water, he throw the plastic down. So the whole plate plastic, you fly everywhere when you're breathing. So I look at it and say, okay, I know how to do. Early morning, one woman can power a color, call the woman, say, Oma, bring the color, count everything. They were around, 200 some more Liberian dollar. That's okay. Oma, be your waiter, everything, you come for a later on, but I will give you it back. I want to do something. So when the small children started waking up, I said, hey, all the children are coming here. I told them, I said, you're D-hole. He said, Papa, what? I said, yeah, D-hole. So the dog was sensible hole. Then I said, okay, everybody, you'll collect a plastic bag thing. All the day, you'll collect, you put inside the hole, you'll burn it. Some of them were reluctant. I said, well, I get something for you. When they saw the color, they started working. Then one little girl asked me, say, well, Papa, why you want us to do the thing? I said, so the place can be clean. The next day, we did the same thing. The third day, so you know what the children were doing now? They'll look for plastic. They'll go all in the other community when they see plastic, they say, Papa, I brought one plastic because they want e-color. You see? So, at least for 2 or 3 days, the plastic will not plenty again. The products to provide the opportunity for them. They will do it. Why when we're growing up, we are Liberians, pure Liberians. We are not mixed. When we're growing up, these will have CDM. Okay? At least there were these people who were cleaning the street. These will have the dead trucks. So when they sat down on the other side, all the people can throw me there in one place, then the truck go and collect it. Why we didn't have part of that everywhere? Or have Liberian people change? Do we get new people? Anyway, that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
I think sorry, Paul. I think what Paul said, I just want to support it, that if any government is coming to power, no, don't try to impress the people. And again, the politicians know the voters because the voters want to hear the stupid promises. You know, something that will not even. Somebody talk about road, then you stand there clapping. Hey, you happy? You even get a sardine call with rope on it to haul it to say you get bicycle, then you happy for road. How does that affect you?
Live for at least.
Well, what you be happy for?
That's the policy of that person. At least.
No. I agree. Yeah. But you know, the voter know us that we can be happy for something that not really important to us. So they can somebody say I'm really having
rules not important, live for. Road not important.
Road important. But how important is road to Francis Mensah, who does not even have a car? I drove from Montreal to Banga.
It's very important.
You got goods and services. I mean, it provides that open up for people.
It's important. But
I mean, healthcare is more important
look,
for the people.
in Linford, when we were kids down Charlottetown, I remember that whole place from one way, from one way, yeah. That whole side, that was Do River. People drive the land they drive the water to build houses. 1979, we were kids. When OAU were coming to Liberia, what happened?
That when trouble build that road.
And that when they built our university bypass, although there were not many cars at that time, we were using it to play football. But you see the importance of it today. That particular bypass now serves the purpose that it was built for. You see, so it's important at some point in time.
I agree. What I'm saying, I'll just put it. No, so we know road is important. Okay, then focus on the road. But then you say you'll build road, you'll do tourism. Yes, tourism will provide job, but that's certain type of tourism will not affect my grandfather way in Italy. But healthcare will affect him. Okay? Healthcare.
All right. Let elevate the conversation. Tourism. Yeah. For 47 years that my president, Boyka Uncle Joe, have been in government, he never had an idea on what they call ecotourism.
They're going 3 years and 50 years now.
He never had any clue on what they call ecotourism. There one guy who have just come that he said, oh, the men are stranger in Liberia, and the stranger talk about ecotourism. And then say, oh, we can do tourism. So he came, he appointed somebody. Instead of going to the guy who say he called stranger, say, how does the ecotourism work? Let me steal your policy, let me steal your idea. He doesn't want to do it. So he got Francis Mensah, said, look,
who brought the idea? Who the stranger?
Cummins
said in 2017, he said in 2017, during a debate, when they were asking about this, how he will raise this $1 billion, he talked about ecotourism. And say ecotourism, this is where you get people to build hot. You don't need to build skyscraper and thing for people to come. That's where that thing came from. So after 47 years in government, Papi said, but this is a good idea. So let me bring Francis Mensah. Look, we'll commission somebody from the diaspora to run the thing here. Instead of being bored, you and this guy will incident together, you're being friends. Instead of you being bored, I said, look, the thing you talk about, can I steal your idea? Because that's what government do. If in Sweden, if they found out that British got something, it's not in Sweden, they come and ask question, how you got this done? It will happen in Sweden. Somebody start on the ground, how you got it on the ground working? You found out it's in Norway. Because they steal ideas from each other. So how simple is that to just ask the guy, what do you mean by ecotourism?
I mean, the man told you already, he know the man. The man he know the man. So I will see ideas from him.
Yeah, see, I mean, come say a lot of things. Why I know, what you call it? Why he see, come say a lot of things. Doing the same thing over and spend the same results, and also he said a lot of things that will now.
Tidakwe and Dolly Nelson, welcome, and we appreciate your comments. Dolly is saying that recycling is one of the fastest way to solve the problem of sanitation in Liberia. And it was the same thing what you're talking, right? No, allocate a place. What you can part of that for years. If you got a recycling company, they can come in, it's the same thing everywhere in Europe. So now I get confused. You eat orange here, they say, you put it there in one garbage, the food, garbage there. When you take the chicken from the plastic, they say, put on inside. You get paper, they say, okay, it's working for the people. And they can, down to the place where they can, down to the point where people can break a car. Oh, one time I came, my son started crying. I said, what are you crying for? He said, what is pouring the car for? Why are you going to get the cars? I said, no, man, new car. You see? Yeah. So the people go to Liberia. They sanitation team talking. And now they look at, you go everywhere. They all garden, yeah, land everywhere. Some places, no way. Oh, God, no.
But Linford, before we close on the dollar market being dirty, and it is simple.
But why
It,
would they highlight into alone? Let's talk about all the markets.
no,
The
no,
whole city.
the whole city is dirty because what I got a lot of picture. I did a video when I went Central Street. That whole place is a complete garbage town. Look, what these guys could do, recycling, it made a lot of money.
Yes.
But let give worker government some little education that will help them. Maybe it's something that they don't know. So recycling, all the plastic bottles that people throw, it's all over the place. It's all, the sewer system, the gutter, that put it in a gutter. Pick all those things or clean out the city. How long it take to build a recycling plant if we have $1.2 billion in our that we're going to the taxpayer are going to collect in Joseph Barker government? They said it, so they're going to generate plenty of money. If you go to China or Malaysia or somewhere, or even Nigeria, you can get somebody to build your little recycling plant. I'll be honest, it's not expensive. So if Joseph Barker decided to sell his $1.2 million bulletproof car, that could generate something to build a little mini recycling plant for our people. That will help the arrest agenda. That's my thought in the. I think
listen, Paul, government does not even need to have that recycling plan. This is what we're talking about, liberalization, or we're talking about investment. And so I get so pissed off when I hear people calling few Turkish people, and I mean I got nothing against them, but people who making shawarma here and doing all kind of things, they collect small money, they go Africa, they say they go man or the money I'll go and thing. And then you call them investors. Those are not investors. Those are extractors. They're extracting your minerals. And then you call them investors. Investors are people who will come and put their money in your country, employ your people, the money recycle among your people, and then they get a profit. Those are investors. That's why we come and taking your thing, the same contract, we're taking your iron ore, your thing, and we call them investors. So they should allow private citizens, private companies from elsewhere, anywhere, who can come and the recycling countries, companies in Norway, enough for government. In fact, government owns no company here.
But the Liberian company that went to the city corporation asking to help, they said no.
Because the government wants to own everything, and the government cannot make it. Look at, for example, baby, LEC, our Liberian electricity company. People have fought hard to privatize that thing. It can't happen. Water and sewer. Okay? So Liberia is just another backward country, and it's difficult to discuss this country because even if it's making sense, the people in authority do not listen. They do different things. But when they are not in government, they know all. They will condemn. So, when they get there, then they forget.
From the start of the conversation, I said something here. It's the way we process things in Liberia. And I'll refer you back to Charles Taylor, where he said, God made three kinds of people: the white man, the black man, and Liberian. That means Liberia not part of. And then Pikin Henry Costa said something. Say, we Liberian, we are stupid kind of people. So why I started this, and I will end up with this. Few years ago, there was a survey carried out by some group where they said Liberia, the country Liberia, came second behind Nepal as the second country in the world with low IQ. So the way we process things, it's just bad. That's why Liberia is going upside down. There's no straightforwardness in Liberians. And if you want to know this, home and abroad, listen to our brothers and sisters. And then when you have conversation with some people, you wonder why it is Liberia is the way it is. So that's why I want to end on the show tonight, that we got big problem. And the problem not only back home, the problem is also with us overseas. Until we get it right, Liberia will be better.
That's a good way to end it. But Liberians, we have this mentality, the mentality that Like I work, I put my own money in the ATM. When I go, I take $200, then I start dancing. Hey, thank you, ATM. My own money, oh, I just take it off. Then I start dancing, I'm happy. So government,
Okay, that opening line, serious. Peter want to call in.
yeah. Okay, Paul, you get the number available?
Let me put this up, Peter. 1 sec. So display this.
Okay, while Paul finds the number, we just want to encourage our people, especially the voters. No, all the thing is solution, all the thing we're talking the solution is in our own hand, we the voters. If we think straight and try to know that these people that we've been putting there for all the other time, the election, every time we elect the same people, they get the same idea, we say that people will know. No. You and the people in sign contract. You and the real cycle politicians, they not sign contract. Look for new idea. Look for bright people, bright idea. You guys, the people that are local heroes, okay? When they in Liberia, they are hero. The moment they climb on the plane from RI, they zero. They become like any of us here. The kind of Euro there, when they come to Euro here, they behind all carrying them up and down. Your president, Ellen Johnson, when she came here to receive a Nobel Peace Prize. No, I'm not.
Please read your number out to Peter over there.
Okay, Peter Kwame, so it's a WhatsApp number, sorry, it's a WhatsApp number. So it's +47, the country code, +47 99 450 882 +47 99 450 882. Yeah, you can call and then give us your thought about what you know about Liberia or what you think about Liberia. No, this is our country. Let me tell you, if you decide to own babu as a pet, if you decide to own babu as a pet, no matter how ugly, people will be laughing at it, but you got to take care of it. You can't beat it and kill it because everybody laughing at it. So since we got a babu as our pet, we just got to raise it. We got to take good care of it, and we can beat it to death. But the trump card is in our hand. We the voters. We can make a big difference. We can say, well, we've been trying these people 479 and 450 882. Yes, that's it. So we can make a difference. And nobody needs to tell you. Let me tell you, you can love me, but your love for me should not exceed your own interest. People who love the leaders that they're voting for, that you can even die for them, but still, your life not getting better. Their life is getting better. Their children going to good schools, while your children are cracking pancana all around the place, selling in between the cars. When they get sick, they can go, yeah, we're talking about Ebola now. Everybody's scared. All the people, all the minister there, they come and send their children there, bro. Their wife and all their family come and go abroad. You who are voting for them, running up and down the mud, you still be there. When, God forbid, if anything happens, that you will be the victim. Now, we're not against them. We're not against anybody sending their children abroad, but on whose sweat, that on your sweat, and ask yourself, where are you? Where were you 20 years back? Where were you 10 years back? 5 years, 6 years ago during the real administration? And where are you now? And where do you expect to be? So those are some of the things we're talking. Again, let me highlight this. We're not against anybody, but we're talking for the betterment of the country. This is the only country that we have as a place we call home. So when you hear us say that here, we're making noise, we're not crazy people here. We know what we're talking. So, Peter, I guess you get the number. It's a WhatsApp number. So if you have WhatsApp, you say you're hiding. But Francis, just before we wrap up the show tonight, what would you want to say to your government? I mean, I wouldn't want to say your government, but the government that you sympathize with. I know you mean well for the government and well for Liberia.
What I want to say, good, continue the good job. The Liberian people are,
good job.
They are, satisfied with the progress that being made. You have to do more, So continue, and then we look forward to before the end of 2029, We have more companies come here to invest, and the people's lives will improve, and we have a strong middle class.
you know, Paul, let me just throw in one thing, right? Here you come in. When I hear Francis say, continue with a good job, wait until 2029, it's like Christian telling you, just suffer on earth. Your reward is in heaven. In heaven, you go wear your robe. But here, this suffering, even if they cause you to die, sleep with hunger, get sick.
But
But you go.
I'm in question. I'm in question to
The
say what
man
I'm
answer
going to
his
say.
question.
No, yeah, but I just making a commentary.
I thought after the march.
You know, Linford, let me close on. Liberians, they have a way of making mistake.
Is it Peter? Okay.
I think Linford got caught on the line. So Linford.
Okay, guys, I think we have a caller on the line. Let's see. We'll take our first caller. Hello, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, my name is Peter Coyley. I'm calling from the United States. And I wanted to first say to you guys, thanks for this show. This is Democracy. Democracy is simply a marketplace of ideas. We put all ideas on the table. We are all people who care about our country greatly, and we are saying that we are hoping that our people pick the best ideas, and for them to do that, we have to convince them. Tonight's topic, at least what I caught, was what's happening right now, and how does that help the country? What should the country be doing? What should the government be doing? I wanted to add my voice to what I believe should happen, what Cummings has been saying from day one. It's too long to text on the show, so I wanted to call and just say those things in words. From the first time I started to listen to Mr. Cummings, he talked about the leaking bucket. And I think a lot of people didn't understand what he meant by the leaking bucket. Unless we fix the leaking bucket, we're not going nowhere. You guys talk with the people from Turkey coming to our country and extracting gold. You are absolutely correct. They are not investors. They are extractors. They are people who take advantage. That's a major point we have to make. Unless the government of Liberia starts to invest in the Liberian people, we are going nowhere. What do I mean by investing in Liberian people? Well, anytime we send money back to Liberia, we remit as a diaspora from Australia, Europe, America, almost $800 million a year. Our country is literally being held up because we're doing that. We send money to our family members back home. The problem with what we're doing is when you send that money, the money is going to leave the country fast. That's where the bucket is leaking. What do I mean by that? And I know what does Cummings mean by that. All of the stores, let's start with the pharmacies. Indian people own it, the majority. You go to Liberia, the supermarkets, Lebanese people own it. The hotels, the car dealership. These businesses are being owned by foreigners. So not only are they taking our natural resources out of the country on an industrial scale, because Liberians are not competing economically in their own economy, the money is being re-remitted. So the Indian man sending it back to his country, the Chinese man sending it back to his country, because that's why they're in Liberia to work. Liberian government, what other government did to build their country was you invest in your people. You open a grocery store, right? You open a supermarket right next to the people across the street from them. But the Liberian government give the Liberian the money to do it and give them the expertise to do it. You do the same thing with the car dealership. You do the same thing with apartments. You do the same thing with everything. You Liberianize it so the money stay in the country and it get recycled and people get jobs in the country. But as long as foreigners are dominating the economy, nothing is going to change. And that's called capital flight. Unless we fix the capital flight problem, we are wasting our time. We're just talking. And that's what we're doing right now. We are literally just talking. Because if we don't stop the money from leaving the country, besides our natural resources, We're not going far in doing anything. So I wanted to call and add my voice to it. I wish we had time to talk about building to empower the Liberians economically. Unless the government now, for that to happen, the government has to not spend money on what they're spending money on, and put money in their pocket and buy a $600,000 car. They have to spend that money on the Liberian people. Until our government gets serious about investing in Liberia and building Liberians up, we are going nowhere. The roads, everything else is a distraction. We need to stop capital flight first. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Peter.
But let me ask the panelists here. Does any of you have a question for Mr. Corey before he leaves the line?
Tell Peter we might be reaching out to him to appear on the audience with the Lord Cholope soon, every Sunday.
Okay, yeah, I got Peter's contact, so we'll do that behind curtains. But Mr. Corey, let us say thank you very much, and we hope to see you on the Bottomline Liberia discussions again. We are here every Tuesday and Friday officially, and then on Saturday and Sunday, same time, all programs same time. That's 9 o'clock Liberian time and 9 o'clock Central European time, which is like 2 hours ahead of Liberia. So that's 7 o'clock Liberian time for now, since we dropped the time behind. So you are welcome to join us every time and help us to spread the message. And we hope to have you back again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. And let's keep talking about Liberianization. Let's put Liberian first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Linfro?
Yeah. Well, on that note, I think it was a good closing tonight. So, anybody got any final message?
Final message, we want to say to our audience, thanks for being with us. It was a great conversation tonight, and we hope to see you on Friday. And on Saturday, we have Friends in Mensa, My Story, and then on Sunday, Audience with the Lord Cholope, which this coming Sunday, I have a guest. But that will be announced on Friday. A big guest, a counselor, a Liberian counselor in the British government will be appearing on our Liberian counselor. Won a seat with overwhelming number in the UK. Born Liberian counselor will be appearing here on Sunday.
She's from Labour Party?
From Labour Party.
Okay, the party.
We'll discuss that when you follow us on Sunday.
Okay, so guys, we let us say thank you so much for tonight.
Just stand up to leave the people party, man.
For those of you that did join early first time, we will let us say thank you so much for coming, and we hope you make this place your home. We are here every Friday, every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and this Sunday. The week is getting full. We just need to have Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But we're looking forward to that. So thank you guys. And Paul, take us home, man. Just a small Liberian song, something quick, and then we'll be getting away.
Oh, wow. So let's look for something quick for Liberia. So anyway, this won't be, it's called Downwater Side. Good night, everyone.
I not see plenty things with my eyeball. I swear I feeling passing more pressure. If you let cause me for not to judgment, they can't put so much.